Hello, Room Mithril here once again, getting back to World of Horror. I don't quite have as much time as usual to record tonight, it's been kind of a long day, but I do want to try and get something done at least so that I can upload something. So, yeah, let's go for a couple of non-standard game overs that I know about. May as well try and knock those out. So yes, our goal this time is not survival, but dying in very specific ways. Blumkubu. Of course, getting what we're after is still RNG dependent, and so, if we need luck, we still praise the car. So yeah, we're going in just as default as we possibly can. World of Horror backstory because we don't want anything getting in the way. And so we'll also go with the old god that we can largely ignore. Which I'm sure they're not happy about that, but I mean, unless I need to use a spell, we're pretty much okay. This also does not matter. What does matter is what, if anything, we find in here. And we got library notes, which does not help me out. So, we're going to go for the ending that requires a particular mystery. And it is not here, of course, so back after some rerolls. So here we go, Freakish Fable of a Frightening Flood. Notice we haven't gotten Ending C yet. Partly because I didn't know what you had to do to get it, but I still probably wouldn't have been going for it during a successful run anyway after I did find out what you have to do because, yeah, Ending C kills you. Let's go for it. So yes, we know how this one works. We get to the area, and we have to go rescue the team. Oh right, and we have to deal with this guy and I don't have a weapon on hand. Oh. And you're not allowed to run, okay? Alright, let's look for an improvised weapon then. Let's see. Unfortunately, I do not have enough time to do either a brace or a dodge. I can at least get in an unarmed attack. Which I can boost it twice to make sure that it hits, at the very least. Okay, we got a broken bottle. A glass tulip. Alright, it's at least a dex weapon. And fast to equip, so we can go ahead and do that. So, 70% chance to hit. Don't quite have enough to do that. So yeah, that I think is my best option. 2 shots of 80 and 1 of 70. Got all 3 hits, nice. So at this point, let's just guarantee a hit and be done with this. Okay. So yes, Matsuda-san wants us to find his team. However, for the ending we're after, we don't really have to. To progress things, though, we do still need to break into the school and get the notes. Well, we don't have art knowledge, so let's take a peek horrified, because there's a painting that draws our attention. You gasp in pure horror. The twisted faces, impossible angles, and enormous monoliths make you sick, -2 stamina. Managed to find the empty classroom Matsuda-san was talking about. The researcher's gone, but hopefully the notes you found will help you locate them. We really don't need to. Need to find at least one of my colleagues. I won't leave this place alone. I do think time advances, but resting actually doesn't seem to incur doom, I don't think. Yeah, I rested a bit, +2 stamina, +2 reason, but doom didn't go up, so that's kind of interesting. We'll see if we can find one of them. Just to at least do something. Or we'll just get some doom. That works too. That's good and fun. Old man stops you and invites you into his house. You follow reluctantly, only to be amazed by the number of dusty old sorcery books inside. I can teach you a thing or two about magic, he says. Don't worry about payment. I'm sure we'll work it out in the future. Sure. And we got a spell. We found one of the researchers, the theologist. But, you know, that's all I can really be bothered to do. Yeah, the extra resting, it still isn't raising doom any. But time is advancing. So, we need to escape. As you get closer to the bridge leading out of the village, Matsuda-san suddenly stops. I know this tune. Before you can react, he begins to undress and runs into the darkness. Shocked, you begin to hear a faint moaning coming from the rock formation. What you see there feels unreal. All the villagers are naked. They're dancing around the pillars as something slowly emerges from the river. So, yes. For ending C, we just purposefully lose to this thing. It attacks our reason. So, ending C is run out of reason fighting them. So, we're just gonna chill. We're gonna be here a while because, for an Elder God, it really doesn't hit that hard. So how has your day been? Anyone looking forward to Pokemon ZA? I am. To no one's surprise. Are the Mega Evolutions that they have officially revealed? I can't decide whether I want Mega Victory Bell more or Mega Hawlucha. Because Mega Hawlucha is actually really cool looking, and Mega Victory Bell is just... I don't know, it's so goofy I can't help but love it. Yes, discussing Pokemon while losing our sanity to an Elder God. Just another day. We're almost there. Whoa, okay. You don't even get an opportunity to save yourself. Interesting. Because, like, most combat, if you go down to either 0 stamina or 0 reason, you at least have a last-ditch effort chance to save yourself if you can. This one just immediately, nope. When the sun rises again, the river level lowers again, leaving the fields fertile. In 9 months, a new generation of Kaibara villagers will be born. With your mind broken after the ritual, you will be kept alive. At least until the day your child is born. And the less we think about the implications, the better. So, did that count as getting ending C, though? Because, like, we didn't get anything talking about an ending to the investigation or anything. Cause of death, moved to Kaibara. Okay, then. We can at least find the answer to this pretty quickly. Going into Extra, Mystery Monograph, Okay, so let's see here. Flood, 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 flood. Where is the flood? There's the flood. Okay, ending C, biggest little village. So yeah, we got that one. Alright. So that was a thing that happened. A rather upsetting thing. And the other thing we need to do isn't much better. On various levels. Yay! Though we'll see if that one's actually going to stay. Because yes, this one is going to be heavily RNG dependent. Praise the car like you've never praised it before. Which feels weird to say because we're going for a game over.
Yeah.
We're asking for Doom. Though technically the first thing we're asking for is a particular item. Library notes, that's not it. So, yeah, back once I get a run that starts with getting the item I actually need. Okay, so good news, bad news time. The bad news, there was nothing in the drawer. The good news, the spell we started with thanks to Astiolath could actually help us here, and there is another possibility for getting the item I need. So long as we have an investigation where we have just free reign over where we go, we should be fine. That's not one of them, but also, yay, we have all three endings now. Don't know about that one. This one, like, I'm not gonna start this one just because this is completely uncharted territory, so I don't know if that locks us into a location or not, because we do not want that to happen. This one, we can look around. So, to the dog shop. Let's get a discount item. We're not going after the UFO ending again. There we go, empty bottle. Okay. So, with that, let's do an investigation. Void. Support. Investigation. Ignore the current event and instantly investigate a random otherworld location. One-time use only, cost 3 reason. If I'm lucky, this'll send me where I need to go. If not, we're gonna have to keep looking. So which other world are we going to? Beautiful. The one I needed. So this time, well, we don't have a goblet. But hey, we can fill an empty bottle with blood. What's the worst that could happen? Bottle, blood. Liquid, container. Use, drink the blood. Filled with boiling blood. So, remember the achievement we got for drinking blood from the goblet? Otherworldly Thirst. Drink the blood of a forgotten creature and survive. Yeah, there's a reason it specifies that. If you get the blood in a goblet, it is completely safe to drink. There are no downsides. It is one of, if not the best healing item in the game apparently, healing 6 stamina and 6 reason, with no downsides whatsoever, other than you have to have a lot fall into place to be able to get it. Because first you have to get the tiny key, which the only way I know of to do that is to get the A ending and full investigation on the abnormal arms investigation. Which means you have to be on timeline A for that. I don't know if there's any other way to get a tiny key. Then, you have to get the trophy case event by investigating the school, unlock the trophy case, get the goblet, and then through some means or other, get sent to that particular other world where you can fill the goblet with blood. So, a lot has to fall into place to get it. In other words, I lucked out. Big time. Meanwhile, if you get the blood in a bottle, yeah, it just outright kills you. Suddenly, you start to suffocate. The boiling blood quickly melts your trachea. The noxious fumes liquefy your bones, and your face collapses under its own weight. Found 2 days later, what's left of your body will never be identified. Lovely. You have perished. Cause of death, body melted. Yeah. So, those are the 2 extra non-standard game overs I knew about. Best to get those out of the way while not actively trying for something else that you might want to actually finish a run for that. So, yay. Bit of a shorter one, but that's just how it goes sometimes. And hey, I'm amazed things went as well as they did, which is a weird thing to say about purposefully trying to get a game over. On that last one, getting the Void spell was super useful there, though of course I did luck into getting to the right otherworld for that one, because I think there's 3 different otherworlds you can go to and it's completely random. My plan was simply to get an empty bottle from the cabinet and then just keep repeatedly checking the school to see if I got the door is half open event and hope I went to the right place. So, hey, this is twice now that in very, very different ways I have gotten incredibly lucky going for some form of container of otherworldly blood. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, that's what we were going for. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I shall see you again next time. Until then, fare thee well. Does having luck that weird... is that plus or minus reason? Because I don't know how to feel right now.